Welcome to another episode on the channel, and in today's video I'm introducing a Honda Fit. So I bought it from the local Jesus Chicken, and let's take a look at it. It's actually in pretty nice shape. And here we have a 2020 Honda Fit LX, complete with hubcaps and 0 options, but it's still a pretty nice car. As I mentioned, this came from the local Chick-Fil-A. They had 4 of them, two 2019s and 2 2020s. This was the newest one with lowest miles, so just over 65,000, and it's actually in really nice shape. So on the exterior, the biggest thing is the front bumper. I need to replace it. It has a tear in it, but couple $100 from the dealer, I can buy a new one and have it painted. It did have a wrap on it. It's pretty much from the middle of the front doors back. It had a red wrap on it. So they took that off, and there's, like, this is just glue that's been left behind from that. So I should be able to take that off with the rapid remover pretty easily. Has a bunch of door dings, not too big of a deal. And the hatch is the worst, just with the glue, but I can get that off. And the rear bumper, it's scuffed here, but we can repaint that. I don't need to get a new bumper. And this side's in pretty good shape, except for probably 15 or 20 door dings, like right in this area. But I took it to a PDR guy yesterday. He said $300, he can take everything, take all the dents out of it. So we'll do that in a few weeks after I get it cleaned up. Now if we move to the inside's equally, well, even more clean than the outside. They put all weather mats in all of the cars. The seats aren't worn. It's not dirty. It doesn't smell like Chick-Fil-A or anything. So it's a really nice car. Let's move to the back. And likewise, the back seat, clean door panels, clean seat, husky liners, super clean. And we've got a little bit of remnants of some spilled Chick-fil-A in here, but not bad. We can clean that up. So overall, condition-wise, pretty nice shape. So let's get it in on the lift and see what's going on mechanically. All right, we got it sitting on the lift. So we'll take a look at the top side. So the car is super clean. So it's in from the south, one owner at the local Chick-fil-A, no rust anywhere. And looking from the top side, there's no leaks, there's no smells of anything burning. And being a Honda, really shouldn't have to worry about much of anything. So nothing exciting on the top side. Now I did pull the Carfax before I bought it. So again, it's a one owner, no accident car. And it was religiously serviced every 5,000 miles. Oil change, tire rotation, air filters, and 2,000 miles before I bought it, they did oil change, tire rotation, and they also did the CVT fluid change. So that should be good to go for a while. Now let's take a look, I guess where it's sitting now. We can walk around real quick. So it has 3 almost new tires. So this one, the one in the back driver's side, and the front driver's side. So almost new Kumos. And the rear one here is a matching one, but it is almost down to the wear bars. So I ordered a new tire that matches. So what are these? Kumo Solace TA11s. So I ordered one new one. They're gonna put it on tomorrow. $75 for the tire, $100 out the door, and then it'll have pretty much 4 new tires. But let's get it up in the air and check the underneath. All right, got it up on the lift. You can see our bumper damage here. I would say it's easier just to put a new bumper on it, but nothing too exciting here, except that we've got underbody shield that's kind of falling down. But again, Southern car, not a spot of rust anywhere on it. I don't see anything wet under here, but let's take a look inside here. Everything is dry. Everything is dry from back here. There's no active leaks anywhere. I'm not too worried about the suspension either. I've taken it on some drives, hit some potholes, hit some speed bumps, low speed, higher speed. There's no clunks, there's no looseness anywhere. Everything seems okay. I'm not too worried about it mechanically. Yeah, I don't think we have anything to worry about mechanically on this car. So it's not even due for an oil change for another 5,000 miles. So I guess the only thing I'm going to do while it's up on the lift is reattach the underbody tray. And then I guess we can get it down, take it for a drive. That was a super easy fix. It just had 2 screws missing here, 1 screw missing there, and a push pin up there. Now it's solid. It shouldn't drag the ground anymore. But let's take a look at the back. I've got something interesting that I noticed now that it's up in the air. Here we have our tire that's pretty well worn. And if we give it a quick spin, if you just watch the lip of it, see we got a pretty decent bend back here. Actually, a couple of them. So you got one there. There's another smaller one there. And it actually cut the sidewall a little bit there and there. These are pretty tall sidewalls, so they would have had to hit something pretty hard to bend the wheel that bad. Then on the outside, underneath the wheel cover here, there's a really big bend right there, and it doesn't line up with the bends on the backside. So I don't know what they hit or how many times they hit it, but I may have to look for a wheel for this. I'm sure they're cheap, but I'm supposed to get the new tire put on tomorrow, so I'll have to maybe check the LKQ, see if there's a fit over there. But I guess that's what happens when you have teenagers driving your fleet cars. But if that's the worst thing that it needs mechanically, then I think this is a win. The car was cheap, and it's a perfectly good around town car. But let's get it on the ground, take it for a quick drive. You can feel that just over 100 horsepower kicking in, running through the continuously very terrible transmission. In fairness, it's one of the better CVTs that I've driven. It's not too obnoxious. It settles into a gear pretty easily. The brakes are pretty good on this thing. It's a lightweight car, so it doesn't take much to stop it, but the pedal feels good, and it brings it to a stop really quick. And it's a lightweight car. It's on tall, low rolling resistance tires, so you can definitely feel the tires rolling over in a hard corner, but it's still pretty spry. Handles well, hard on the brakes, turn in. The steering's light, it doesn't give you much feedback, but you can point it into a corner pretty easily. And of course, being a little economy car, it has fantastic fuel mileage. So just driving, I've driven at 80 miles an hour on a flat highway, and it's doing near 45 miles per gallon as shown in the indicator. That's fantastic. And I've driven a fair amount of Hondas, and they've always had a lot of road noise, but this is surprisingly quiet. I noticed when it was up on the lift that there was pretty much a full felt body panel underneath, so that's probably absorbing a lot of sound. But yeah, it drives well, pretty quiet. Stab of the brakes. Yeah. Even when it slides wide, stability control still doesn't kick in. I guess it lets you have a little bit of fun. I've had Fiestas, they're kind of along the same lines. They're cheap, underpowered cars, but they're a hoot to drive. You just put it to the floor and point the car where you want it to go, and it just kind of goes. You don't have to worry about, if you've got a powerful car, you give it too much coming out of a corner and you can lose it, but you really don't have to worry about that with these kind of cars. You just floor it and point the car where you want it to go. But I think for 11,000 bucks, this is a fantastic buy and a great car. We've got a reliable, fairly comfortable hatchback that you can throw a bunch of stuff in the back of it. It rides well. The only comfort issue that I have with it is that the front seat doesn't go back far enough. I could use another 2 or 3 inches of seat track travel to be a little more comfortable on a long drive, but around town it's not bad. So we'll see. Maybe we hang on to this one for a few months. So thanks for watching this video. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel to keep up with this project and any others that are coming through the shop.